All right, so let's look at these questions, these quiz questions, and I'm going to show you how to use this quiz to build up your understanding of um, percentages, your understanding of writing accurate introduction. So I want you to follow closely. I'm going to pick the answers, okay? I'm going to tell you what I think the answers should be for each of the questions. And then I'm going to also tell you why the wrong answers are wrong so that you'll understand this thing better. Hope you get my point. So I want you to follow closely. So this is the first question. Which introduction is most appropriate? Which introduction is what is most appropriate? So here we have a chart that shows cinema attendance in the UK. Notice it says percentage of age group. Now, look at it. The line graph, so look at the introduction. So we are going to pick one introduction that is correct. Okay, one introduction that is what? That is most appropriate. So it says here that what? The line graph, the first option, option A says, the line graph shows the proportion of individuals within 4 age groups that went to cinema between 1990 and 2010. Okay, the proportion of individuals, yes, that's right. Percentage proportion, yes. Within 4 age groups, yes, there are 4 age groups. 14 to 24, 24 to 34, 34 to 44, 44 to 54. That's correct. That went to cinema between 1990, that's correct, and 2010, that's correct. Okay, the age group, the only problem here is the fact that it did not put S. The age groups are as follows. So S is missing here, but then I might still pick number 1, 14 to 24 years, 24 to 34. So let me pick 1 for this, except I see another thing that looks like this, and then they put groups. Now let's check. Number 2 says the line graph shows the proportion of individuals within 4 age groups that went to the cinema between 1990. Just exactly like the first sentence in option A. The age groups, now this one they put S. Can you see the difference now? So this second one looks more appropriate than the first one because of lack of S. So I'll change my answer to this option B. The line graph shows the proportion of individuals that went to cinema in 2010. The age groups, so they did not put individuals within 4 age groups is missing, then age group instead of age groups. So I won't go for option C. The line graph shows the proportion of individuals within age groups. Okay? Groups is missing. S is missing. Okay, and then it's good to put years also. Years should be there. So I won't go for option D. So my best answer will be option. For me, the answer should be option B. Let's go to the next one. Which introduction is most appropriate? So I'm saying this is most likely about the number of people that went to museums, though they didn't write the question prompt here, but we can assume it's about the number of people that went to museums, 4 different types of museums. Okay, probably in a year. I'm guessing is in a year. So let's look at the options and pick the one that is most appropriate. The question says which introduction is most appropriate. The bar chart illustrates, there should be F, so option A is out. The bar chart illustrates the changes in the number of visitors that went to 4 museums in the United Kingdom in 2020. Yes, that first sentence looks okay. The museums are, no, this colon should not be there. The museums are, just continue. You don't need to put a colon here. If you want to use a colon, what you should do is what? The museums are as follows, colon, like we did in this one. Like we did in this one here. The groups are as follows, colon. That's how we use colon in academic task writing. So for option B here, this thing is faulty. So I won't pick option B. Option C. The bar chart illustrates the changes in the number of visitors that went to 4 museums in the United Kingdom between June and October 2020. The museums are, yes, this one is cool. This is option C is correct. Option D, the bar chart illustrates the changes in the number of visitors that went to 4 museums in the United Kingdom, which are, now this one is a long, awkward sentence. This person is trying to do a 1-sentence introduction, and it makes the thing look awkward and unnecessarily wordy. So it's better to split the thing into 2 sentences. Okay? The way this thing sounds, what it basically sounds like is what? the United Kingdom, which are, he's telling us that the United Kingdom is History Museum, United Kingdom is National Museum, United Kingdom is British. That's why it's sounding awkward. That's how this thing sounds. By putting comma and putting which are, what you're basically saying is that what? The United Kingdom is History Museum, the United Kingdom is National Museum. That's not what is on the graph. That's why I'm saying that it's awkward. Okay, so the option D cannot be is not appropriate. Option E, the bar chart presents information about the number of visitors that went to 4 museums in the United Kingdom. Colon, same problem here. History Museum. What this colon means that you want to tell us more about United Kingdom. And then you now continue the sentence after listing the museums. This is a poor way to use colon. It's a poor way to use colon. So this last option cannot fit in. The best thing is to have a word, is to have a 2-sentence introduction. Okay, and that's what we have in option C. Now, if you want to do a 1-sentence introduction by force, let me show you what it should look like. The bar charts, let me change the color of this thing. Let me change it to color blue. The bar charts depicts, I can say illustrate anyone or shows anyone I want, depicts the changes in the number of visitors to 4 museums. You now put a dash. Okay, you now list the museums. History Museum, National Museum, okay, British Museum, and Science Museum. You now put another dash, and then you now continue what you are saying. The bar chart depicts the changes in the number of visitors to 4 museums in the United Kingdom between June and October 2020. This is 1-sentence introduction. This is how it should look like. This is what it should look like. But then I still prefer the 2-sentence one to this one. Okay? Because some people might look at this and say it still looks awkward. Okay? So option C is still the best answer. Option C is still the best answer. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. Which introduction is the most appropriate? Okay, so here we have 3 options. The bar chart presents information about the favorite leisure activity of some boys and girls. The activity are activities. It should be plural. It should be plural. So option A is out. The bar chart presents information about the favorite leisure activities of some boys and girls. The option B is correct. Okay. Next one. The bar chart presents information about the favorite leisure activities. Colon. Sport. No. This is out. Option C is out of it. Okay. So you see 2-sentence introduction is usually the risk of grammar error is very low when you do your 2-sentence introduction. The risk of grammar error is very, very what? Very, very low. So just keep to that. Okay. Look at this next one. 2 of the options below have grammatical errors. Identify them. So we need to identify the 2 options that have grammatical errors. The bar chart presents information about the most enjoyed leisure activities of some boys and girls. The activities are sports, computer games, music, and shopping. The information is presented in percentages. This first one looks okay. The second one, the bar chart presents information about the most enjoyed leisure activity. Okay. This one says activity. This one says activities. The most enjoyed leisure activity of some boys and girls. The activity no. It should be activities are. Okay. Activities are. Hey, are is a plural word. So this noun should also be plural. And then you have listed 4 things. So it should be plural, activities. Okay. So number 2 is wrong. Number 2, we have to pick 2 options that have error. So number 3, the bar chart presents, this one has error. The bar chart, there's 1 bar chart. The verb should be singular also. S should be there. Presents, just like this one has S. Okay, this one has S, correct. Okay, although this one is correct, something here is wrong. So everything is wrong. So number C, option C is wrong. Okay, we're actually supposed to pick 2 options that are wrong here. We're supposed to pick 2 options that are wrong. Okay, so ideally this thing should not be changing. So these two, B and C are wrong. B and C are wrong. D, let me see. The bar chart presents information about the most enjoyed leisure activities of some boys and girls. The activities are as follows. This colon is wrong. This colon should not be there. Okay, two of the options have, oh, no grammatical errors. Okay, two options that have no grammatical errors. No grammatical errors. Okay, no grammatical errors. Okay, so so this one, we have to pick two options for this next question. Our job is to pick what? Two options that contain grammatical errors. Two of the options below have no grammatical errors. In other words, the remaining have grammatical errors. There are two that do not have grammatical errors. So this first one, let me see. Does it have grammatical error? The bar chart presents information about the most enjoyed leisure activities of some boys and girls. Okay, that first sentence looks okay. The activities are sports, computer games. Yeah, this one looks okay. I can't see any error here. The second one, the bar chart presents information about the most enjoyed leisure activity. No, this should be plural. The activity this should be plural, activities. So there's error here. The third one, the bar chart presents S, there should be S here. Can you see? These are little things that cost people marks. Look at number 4. The bar chart presents information about the most enjoyed leisure activities of some boys and girls. The activities are, no, this colon should not be there. This colon is not necessary. Okay? Poor use of colon. Next one, the bar chart presents information about the most enjoyed leisure activities of some boys and girls. The activities are as follows. Yes, this is how to use colon. Okay? Then the last sentence, the fractions of boys and girls that enjoy different activities. Yes, this last sentence is similar to the information is presented in percentages. So these are the two sentences that have no grammatical errors. Okay, let's look at the next one. So I think I've solved these ones. Okay, next one now. Money invested in stock market in some country in billions. So we have bonds and stocks. Stocks is in color black, bonds is color white. So you can see that bonds is bigger than stocks all through. And we have from 2001 to 2006. Okay. The bar chart shows the changes in the amounts. Yes, is amount 350 to 300. So it's amounts in billions. In billions, yes. The bar chart shows the changes in the amount of money invested in stocks and bonds between 2001 and 2006. The investments are reported in billions of dollars. Yes, this number one looks okay. The bar chart oh, no, number one is wrong. Shows. It should be shows. Can you see? I almost missed that. Number one is wrong. Number two looks okay so far. The bar chart shows the changes in the amounts of money invested in stocks and bonds between 2001 and 2006. The investments are reported in billions of dollars. Yes, number two looks more appropriate because of this word shows. Show. This one is show. A is wrong. B is more appropriate. The bar chart shows the change in the change. No, changes. It should be changes. So our answer should be option B. The next one. Below is an introduction for these charts. Identify 3 errors with this introduction. So this is the introduction. The bar chart presents information about the use of different types. This is error 1 because we have, look at it, 1, 2, 3. So it should be types. Different types of accommodation by British citizens who went on holiday in 2012. The accommodation types are self-catering, caravan, camping, and hotel. Okay, so the use of different types of accommodation by British citizens who went on holiday. Who went on holiday in 2012. The accommodation types are, okay, so I've picked one error here. The spelling of the writer wrote type instead of types. Okay, the bar chart presents is okay. Presents, yes. Accommodation, let me see, is the spelling correct? ACCOMMODATION. Okay. How many errors are we to pick here? 3 errors. Okay. The writer wrote presents instead of present. This one is okay. The spelling of accommodation, the writer should have put a colon after ARE. Where is ARE? The accommodation types are okay. Okay, so let's look at this carefully. This next question. Below is an introduction for this chart. Identify 3 errors. So there are 3 mistakes with this introduction. Look at the introduction. The bar chart presents information about the use of different type. It should be types. Types. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So types. That should be an error. Types of accommodation by British citizens who went on holiday in 2012. This is another error. Capital THE. Because you are starting a new sentence. Okay, you are starting a new sentence. Should be capital T. The spelling of accommodation is wrong. The accommodation types are self-catering, caravan, camping, and hotel. The data is reported in percentages. So my errors type, spelling of accommodation is wrong. Then capital THE, those are the errors. Those are the errors. Okay, let's move on. Which introduction is faulty? Which introduction is faulty? The bar chart presents data about the proportion of Canadians of different age groups that gave to charity in 2000 and 2015. The age groups represented are 18 to 25 years. Okay, this thing looks okay. Let me see. Which introduction is faulty? This first one looks okay. It doesn't look faulty to me. The second one, the bar chart compares the fraction of Canadians within 5 age groups that gave to charity in 2000 and in 2015. The age groups represented are as follows. Okay, this second one looks okay too. As follows, colon. Very good. Third one, the bar chart gives data about the number. No. It's not number, it's fraction. Number is not a good paraphrase for fraction. Okay, that's it. Don't replace the two. Don't use the two interchangeably. Number 4 says the bar chart illustrates the changes in the percentages of Canadians of different age groups that gave to charity between 2015 and 2000. Hold on. The question says, which introduction is faulty? So the bar chart gives data about the changes in the percentages of Canadians of different age groups that gave to charity between 2015 and 2000. There's a problem here. So between 2015 comes after 2000. So it should be between 2000 and 2015. So this last one has problems. So these last two are faulty. These last two are faulty. Okay? Okay, so you get my gist. So the last two, option C and option D, those two introductions are faulty. The bar chart illustrates. So ideally, you should put 2000 before 2015. Between 2000 and what? And in fact, that between is not even a good word. In 2000 and 2015, that's the best. If you say between 2000 and 2015, then what it means is that there's a figure for 2000, there's a figure for another year, and then there's a figure for 2015. That's when you use the word between. You have something for 2015, maybe you have something for you have something for 2000, you have something for 2005, you have something for 2010, you have something for 2015. In that case, you can say between 2000 and 2015. But if you have just 2 years, you cannot use the word between. What you should say is what? In 2000 and in 2015. So the last two options are faulty. Okay? Which of the following are not true about this graph? Not true. The graph compares the percentage. The graph compares the percentage of donors across different age groups. Yes. Percentage of donors. Yes. This one is true. We are looking for two options that are not true. The graph shows the changes in the percentage of donors. It shows the changes in the percentage of donors across different age groups. Okay, this second one looks correct too. The graph compares the percentage of Canadians that gave in 2015 with those that gave in 2000. The graph compares the percentage of Canadians that gave in 2015 with those that gave in 2000. Okay, number three. Number four, the graph shows the amount. No, this one is not the amount of money. We have to pick two. It's not there's nothing about amount of money on this graph. Okay, it's not about the amount of money. The graph compares the percentage of Canadians that gave in 2015 with those that gave in 2000. Number two says the graph shows the changes in the percentage of donors across different age groups. This one does not mention Canadian. That's the problem with this number two. So I'll pick number two. The graph compares the percentage of donors across different age groups. Donors, Canadian donors. This number one too is faulty. How many are we to pick? Which two are not true of this graph? All right, so let's look at this next one. Which two of the following are not true? Not true. So look at it closely. The graph compares the percentage of donors across different age groups in Canada. Okay, different age groups. So they are comparing this age group with this age group. Yes, this number one looks true. The graph shows the changes in the percentage of donors across different age groups. This one does not mention Canada. Something is missing here. Number two is missing. The graph compares the percentage of Canadians that gave in 2015 with those that gave in 2000. Yes, this one is correct. The graph shows how the amount. No, it's not about amount. That graph is not about amount. So option B and option D are wrong. They are the ones that are faulty. Which two are not true? So option B and option D are not true. Which introduction is the most accurate? The percentage of government spending on road. Okay, the graph compares the amount of money. There's nothing about amount here. So this number one is not accurate. The graph compares the proportion of government revenue. Revenue means income. This thing is about spending. No. Option B is out. The graph compares the fraction of government spending by 4 countries on road and transport. Yes, this third one is correct. This third one is the most accurate. Next one. Which introduction is correctly punctuated? The graph shows how 4 countries, dash, there should be a dash here, not a colon. It should be a dash. There should be a dash here before Italia and then another dash after United States. That's after we end the list. That's how we should do this one sentence introduction. Okay, let me type it out for you so that you get what I'm trying to say. This is what it should look like. The graph shows how 4 countries, dash, okay? Italia, Portugal, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Then put another dash. Spent funds on road and transport infrastructure between 1990 and 2005. Aha, this is how it should look. This is what it should look like if you want to do a one sentence introduction. Okay, but I usually advise that people do 2 sentence introductions because the risk of grammar error will be reduced if you do a 2 sentence introduction. Okay, now, so number one is not correct. Number two, the graph shows how 4 countries, dash, there should be dash here again, just like I did earlier, not semicolon. The graph shows how 4 countries, can you see? That's option 3. That's the correct thing. That's the correct thing. Next one. Which introduction has flaws? Identify the introduction that has flaws. Okay. So the table presents the amount. No, it's not about amount. The figures are in percentage. So this first one has a flaw. The table presents data about the contribution of 3 sectors to the gross domestic product of X country from 2016 to 2018. This number 2 is correct. Okay, number 2 is correct. Number 3, the table presents data about the contribution of 3 sectors, agriculture, industry, and services to the, yes. Number 3 is also wrong. Let's look at the next one. Which introduction is faulty? The pie charts give data about the sales of books by a bookseller. The proportion of 5 different book types are represented, and the data is provided for 1972. Okay. Data about the sales of books by a bookseller. This number 1 looks okay. What's the question? Pick the one that is faulty. This number 1 looks okay to me. Number 2, the pie charts compare the sales of different types of books by bookseller in 1972, 1992, and 2012. The book types are adult fiction, and the proportion of each book type is represented. This number 2 also looks okay. The pie charts show the changes in the proportion of different book types sold by a particular bookshop over a 40-year period from 1970 to 2012. The book types are as follows. Number 3 looks okay too. The pie charts illustrate the amount. No, amount is wrong. Amount is wrong. It's not amount. The figure is in percentage, so you cannot use the word amount. Which introduction is faulty? The pie charts illustrate the online sales. The pie chart illustrates the online shopping sales of 4 retail sectors in New Zealand in 2003 and 2013. Colon, no, this is faulty. This first one is faulty. This colon should not be there. That's, and then this, the way this thing is written is faulty. The pie chart illustrates, yes, the online shopping sales of 4 retail sectors, dash, okay, in New Zealand in 2000. Yes, this number 2 is correct. The pie chart illustrates the online sales of 4 retail sectors in New Zealand. The sectors are 2 and 3 are correct. Number 1 is the faulty one. We have to pick the faulty one. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have solved all the questions in the quiz. Let me check my answers and see the answers that are correct. Okay, let's view my score. Number 1, I scored 21 over 22. Okay, let me see the one that is wrong. Let me see the one that, number 1, I got number 1 right. Number 2, I got number 2 right. Number 3, I got number 3 right. Number 4, I got number 4 right. Number 5, I got number 5 right. Number 6 is correct. Number 7, I picked 2 correct. Number 8, correct. Number 9, correct. Number 10, correct. Okay, number 11, okay. Which one has, okay, there's one I did not pick. I was supposed to pick 2 that are flaws. The table presents data about the contribution of 3 sectors, agriculture, industry, and service, to the gross domestic product of X country. No, this one is actually correct. I think this is a website error. It's actually correct. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, hope you understand my explanation. All right? So that's that for this particular chat. Thank you.